Hi, my name is Richard, and the lab I'm going to be doing for you today is mpls VPNs with OSPF with MPBGP. The lab is going to look a little bit like this. So we've got 8 routers in our provider network, and we've also got 2 customers. We've got customer 1 over here, customer 1 site 1, then we've got customer 1 site 2, customer 2 site 1, and customer 2 site 2 over here. So we've got 8 routers making up our provider, 2 customers, 2 sites each router to have a loopback address with a 32-bit mask. That's a requirement for MPLS, which consists of the router number as the octets. So 222 for router 2. Router subnets will be numbered according to their router number and neighbor. So example given there, the link between router 2 and router 3 is going to be 10.0.23.0/24 network. So you can see that just there. Each router has an interface with an IP address as its own number. From the above example, router 2's IP would be 10.0.23.2. So you would expect a .2 there, and there of course it would be 10.0.25.2 there as well. And of course it would be talking to router 3's interface there of 10.0.23.3. Okay, let's set this up in GNS then. New project. You'll have to excuse my idiosyncrasies. I don't normally use router 0 because it mucks up my IP addressing of using the numbers as the subnets. Okay, router 1. Okay, that's our provider network. Let's bring in our 2 customers. I'm going to rename these. That's 12 for customer 1 site 2, just in case you were wondering. Ah, of course, I've already got a router 12. Okay, let's rename this one. You can guess why. Well, this is going to be customer 2 site 2. Let's make it look a little bit more tidy. Not perfect, doesn't need to be, but okay, that'll do. Might need to redo it again when we do the cabling. Okay, let's add in the links. Oh, don't want one there. Okay, does that reflect that? Shrink it up a little bit. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, let's put in some boxes to help us identify the different sites for the different customers. Cool. I'm just going to put some notes here at the bottom. Okay, this isn't site 1, this is site 2. Okay, that looks good. Let's what we want to do is we just want to start up the provider network first and get that all set up, and then after that we'll move on to the customers. So let's power it on. Okay, now the first stage is the initial setup of each router. It's going to be very boring, so if you want to fast forward, I don't blame you. But if you haven't seen this before, you were wondering why there could be something wrong in the basic config of your own router, then you may want to have a look at it. What I'm doing here is I'll just be going onto each router, setting the host name, setting the loopback, and in fact I missed a bit out of here. Let's copy this through. Won't work, of course, unless you have a subnet mask for the loopback. Remember, it's 32-bit subnet mask. Okay, so I'll be setting the router name. I'll be setting the IP address of the loopback adapter. Logging synchronous so that when I'm talking to you, I don't get interrupted by messages. And the exec timeout is basically to help idle PC calculate the load. It's kind of a GNS thing. Okay, here we go. Let's copy that. Start off with router 1. Okay, basic configuration of router 1 done. That was nice and easy. Okay, let's go back to Notepad, change this, router 2, change that to 2, 2, 2, 2. Copy. Console into router 2. No, thank you. case you're interested, I'm just right clicking there to save the changes. Sorry, to paste the configuration into PuTTY. This is router 3, loopback of 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, well that's doing, we'll do the next one. Router 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, next one is 5. Like I said before, I really don't blame you if you want to skip this. Router 6. And finally router 8. Okay, that's all the basic configuration done, and we have a terminal from router 1 all the way through to router 8. Okay, what's next? Setting up the interfaces. We want to set up basic connectivity between all the routers. We're also going to be enabling mpls. That is as simple as the command gets. And then of course doing the no shut, and then once we've done that on each of them, we'll then test, as we're doing it, we will then test the connectivity between them, and hopefully it should bring up any problems. Well, of course they're not going to be any. Why? Because we're professionals. Here we go. I don't need that anymore, and I could do with showing me the interfaces. Okay, so let's go between router 1 and router 3. So that is going to be 10.0.13.1 according to... Actually, I'll tell you what, I have a nice little picture around here somewhere. Shout if you can see it. Where is it? Fact. Bear with me a second. Just need to find the document. It'll help me from oh no, that's not the right one. Hey, there we go. Okay, nope, that's not the right one. There we go. So let's zoom in a bit, shall we? Okay, so we're setting up the link between here and here first, and then here and here. So this interface here, which as you can see from here is going to be Fast Ethernet 1/0 is going to be 10.0.13.1, and this one here is going to be 10.0.14.1 as well. Okay. Okay, let's do router 2 now. Obviously because it's the link between 2 and 3, and it's router 2, so it gets 23.2 as the network that it's in. This is a link between 2 and 5. Super. Okay. Router 3. Now router 3 is going to be a little more interesting because once we've got router 3 up, we can test our connections to router 1 and to router 2. We'll start with the first interface, so Ethernet interface 1/0. Okay. While we're here, we might as well set all of them up. Ah, can you see the mistake I already made? Fast Ethernet 1/0 is the link between 1 and 3, so it should be 13 there, .3. Okay, back to 1.1. Okay, let's do 2.0 now. .0 should be /0, of course. Okay, 3/0. This is going to be the link between 3 and 6. The last one, which is 2/1. This is the link between 3 and 5. Okay, that's quite a lot of configuration. Let's write that and see the current status of it. Does that look okay? Let's just double check it. So Ethernet interface 1/0. Yep. /13, that should be right. 1/1/23, that's right. 2/1, there should be 35. /3 is 3 to 6. And then we should have I done 2 to 0? I don't think I have. 2/0, which is 34. Okay, that's looking good. Now let's see if we can ping some things. So let's ping from router 3 to router 1. Good. Now we need to ping from router 3 to router 2. And that works too. Good. Just write our changes one more time for good luck. Okay, so that's router 1, router 2 and router 3 done with their basic connectivity. Let's move on to router 4. One slash one, which is the link between router 4 and router 3. So it should be 34. This is the link between router 4 and router 6. Okay, let's try the link between router 4 and router 7. I don't blame you if you want to skip this bit as well. You've seen most of it now. You're just seeing a lot of repetition. But still good to try and get right. Okay, so router 4 has a link on fast Ethernet 1/0 to 10.0.0.14.4, 1/1 to 10.0.34.4, is that right? Yes. 2/0 to 6, so 46 is right, and then 2/1 47. That's correct, and they're all up. Everything's fine. Okay, let's test some connectivity. Let's ping from here to 10.0.14.1. Good, that works. Okay, we haven't set up 6 or 7 yet, so let's try 3. And what should that be? That should be 34, but of course it's router 3. See if that works. Good. Let's write that just for good measure. Okay, router 5. Start with 1/1. Okay, this is going to router 3. This is going to router 6. This one is going to router 8. Okay, let's check it. Okay, that looks good. Now let's do some testing. So let's ping from, we set up, haven't set up 6 yet, but we set up 3 and 2, so let's do some test pings to those. Good. And then to router 2. Good. Next one, router 6. One slash 0 is going to router 3. One slash 1 is going to router 5. Two slash 1 is going to, where is 2 slash 1 going? Router 7. Okay. Fast Ethernet 3 is going to router 8. Okay, exit out. Oh, okay, we haven't set Fast Ethernet 2. Fast Ethernet 2 is going to router 4, so we want to go ahead and do that now. Okay, let's just test that. So fast Ethernet 1/0 is going from 3 to 6, that's right. Fast Ethernet 1 to 1 is going from 5 to 6. Yep. Fast Ethernet 2/0 is going from 4 to 6, that's the one we just set up. Fast Ethernet 2 to 1 is going from 6 to 7, yep. And then Fast Ethernet 3 is going to between 6 and 8. Okay, let's try some tests now. So let's ping to router 4 first of all. Good. Next, let's ping to router 3. Good. Ping to router 5. And I believe that's all we can test. Done 4, done 3, and done 5. Okay, let's write that. Pretty good so far. Move on to router 7. This is going between 4 and 7. This is going between 7 and 6. Okay. Helps if that's got a little T at the end. It's only got 2 interfaces coming out. We will set up the Fast Ethernet 2/0 when we set up customer 2 site 2. But for the moment we're just concentrating on the provider. Okay, that looks good. Let's do some tests. Ping to router 4 and ping to router 6. Good. And then to router 6. Okay. And if you've watched this video all the way from the start and you've stuck with me, well done, you're a better man than I would have skipped ahead by now. Okay, Fast Ethernet 1/0. One slash 1 is going to router 6. Okay, again only got 2 interfaces. Okay, looks good. See if I can ping router 6 and router 5. Good. And router 5. Brilliant. Okay. That's all the basic setup. I'm going to pause there, and this will be the end of part 1. For part 2 we're going to start off with the setting up the IGP, which is going to be OSPF.